Hello, friend, and welcome back to Perimenopausal Chats. I'm Gina Liberty, and it's so great to have you here again. This is definitely a place where I do vlog style videos because I feel like life, it's just something that, well, as we go through life and while we're in perimenopause and beyond, we go through things and we think of things, and sometimes it helps other people. And so I had decided long ago to go ahead and do videos every week, be consistent with it, show up for myself, show up for anybody who needs anything that is helpful in my videos. So I hope that something in every video you can get a little piece of something that is helpful to you in the moment, whether that's encouragement or information, education, support, whatever it is that you might need. I hope you receive it from each video. So today I want to talk about why is it so hard for us to do the things that we know are good for our mind, our body, our hormones? Why is it so hard? If you're like me, throughout my life, I have always been chasing that thing, right? That next new thing that might be quote unquote it. That might help me get to my next goal, that might help me lose the excess weight, that might make me feel better. Whatever it is, I was always chasing something. But here's the thing. Usually, we already know what to do, right? And especially at this stage of life, if there's so many things about protein out there and movement and all the things that we quote unquote should be doing. I hate that word should, because I was told at one point to stop shoulding on myself. That means stop telling myself I should be doing this, I should be doing that. We already know what to do, right? The protein, the water, the movement, the sleep, the stress management, all of the things. Knowledge is not the problem. Knowledge is not the problem. Most of us know more than we think we do, right? So why don't we do it? Why don't we do it? You can get overwhelmed by too many things. That was me. I still to this day get overwhelmed with things, not usually with health stuff now, because I have a solid foundation down. That's why I always preach, get you a solid foundation in place. Because when you go through stuff in life, which is all the time, you will have that solid foundation and it will help you to do the things without even thinking about them, so you can give your energy and capacity to a different part that needs it more, right? Does that make sense? My words are not coming easily today. So overwhelm. And then when you get too many things to do, or not sure which direction to go first, or all of the things keep overwhelming you, you tend to shut down. If you ever do shut down, that is exactly why. You have too many things. That is why I always preach one easy step. Do not move on to the next one until you have one easy step down, and then you can move on to the next. Another reason is perfectionism. Oh my goodness, I have dealt with this in the past as well. We want everything perfect. We want to do everything perfectly. And we can't always do that. There is no perfection anywhere ever. We cannot be perfect. Our routines cannot be perfect. Our life cannot be perfect. Nothing is perfect on this earth. Nothing. We cannot achieve perfectionism. We cannot achieve perfection. Period. End of story. Period. Did I make my point? So if we're always constantly trying to achieve perfection, then we are always going to fail. And this is awful for our psyche. Like, we don't like failing, right? Even though failing, that's a whole nother video. Let's not go down that rabbit hole right now. Just know that you cannot achieve perfection. And if you get that in your mind, then you will not be feeling like you're failing all the time, which is not good for your mental state. Okay, let's move on. Excuse me. Another thing that stops us is the all or nothing thinking, which is part of the reason why I came up with my life's mantra of something is better than nothing. Because in the past, I have also used the all or nothing thinking. Excuse me. Either I do all of this, or if I can't achieve that, then I'm going to do nothing, which absolutely is crazy if you think about it. Like, what? I think that's just a mechanism that our brain uses to try and protect us. I'm using that word lightly, try. Because why? It doesn't make sense, does it? Doesn't it make more sense that something is better than nothing? Or something over nothing? Instead of all or nothing? At least you're making a little tiny step toward what you want to do, what you want to achieve, the goals you want to get to. All of that. If you're doing a little something, no matter how small it is, you're still taking step toward what you want. If you do nothing, you're not doing anything to get closer to what you want to do. If you do all of it, you're going to get to burnout, and then you're going to do nothing, and then you're going to defeat the purpose again. So it is a vicious cycle. And I know I have been there. I understand. I know. Going along with overwhelm is kind of like a mental load that kind of goes in hand in hand with the overwhelm in my brain. Because when your mental load gets so heavy, you tend to shut down because it feels better to not think about any of it, right? We numb it out, right? We don't want to deal with it. We ignore it. We try to ignore it. We do everything we can, right, to get away from the heaviness of the mental load. Another thing is decision fatigue. My goodness. This is another thing that I have dealt with, and I still deal with in other areas of my life. If there are too many decisions to make, we don't want to make any more decisions, right? We have to make, usually as women, we have women, mothers, wives, coworkers, whatever. We tend to have to make a lot of decisions. And at the end of the day, we don't want to make any more decisions. I don't want to decide what we're having for dinner. I don't want to. It may seem like an easy decision to make, but when you've been making decisions all day long, that little thing can tip you off and you'd be like, nope, I'm not doing anymore. Right? It's crazy just to think about it and to see how far I've come personally and to know all the things that kind of bombarded me throughout the years. And now I'm here trying to help other women with things that I can see now being on the other side. And sometimes it takes longer for some people to figure these things out. And that's okay. This is partially why I got into coaching. Because it helps to have somebody from the outside looking in that can help you and see your blind spots and help you get to where you want to go faster. We can keep you accountable. You have close proximity to us to ask questions and to get support and encouragement throughout to keep going, to do that next easy step until it is like second nature to you and you can do these things on your own. If you have a coach or if you need a coach, one thing that I would say is see if that coach wants to coach you forever, right? That should not be the case. In my case, I want to coach you. Well, when I'm coaching, I want to coach you to get to the place where you can trust yourself and you can do this stuff on your own. That is what, to me, is a good coach, a great coach, because then you can take over after you get done with your coaching. You can take over and coach yourself through it. And you can do these things going forward. So anyway, just a little side note there. So another thing is your nervous system wants familiar. It wants familiar. Our nervous system feels better when it knows what is coming. And I feel like I'm getting off track. It wants to know familiar things. So getting that routine in place is helpful, one little easy step at a time. So that way your nervous system feels calmer. It knows what to expect. It knows it's going to be supported. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. But getting to the point where you have the good one, where it's different from where you are now, it takes some work. It does take some work. And you have to really be persistent. And you have to move through some things. And sometimes you need help. And that's okay. Another thing that is in the back of my mind when I think about why are things harder than, because usually we want to, sometimes we want to wait until we feel like it, right? I don't think that there's ever, when you're starting out and you're trying to build this foundation, there is never going to be a time where we feel like it, right? We're not going to feel like starting because it's all new and new things feel hard, right? It's not necessarily hard. It's just new to your system. And so it takes time to kind of, kind of get familiar with the idea that this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it. And this is what it's going to do for us, right? Because sometimes we want that motivation. We want to feel like it. And it's motivation is fleeting, right? You could be motivated to sit on the couch and do nothing. That's motivation. You could be motivated to get up and go take a walk. That's motivation. There's different types of motivation. Doesn't mean that it's going to get you where you want to go. And it doesn't stick around long if you don't have inspiration to keep you going. To me, you have to have inspiration to keep going. If you have motivation, you can get all excited about something new. All of a sudden, you got this energy to go, and do. And then after a while, you notice that kind of starts dissipating. And then you're not so motivated to do it. And then you're like, I don't want to do this. That's where inspiration would kick in and be like, okay, but this is why you're doing it. This is how you want to feel. This is where you want to go. Let's do this, right? Yeah. We tend to make things bigger than they need to be. Again, I think this goes along a little bit with the, oh my goodness, PG, perimenopausal glitch, PG. Oh my goodness. It's like zap, snap your fingers. That word or phrase is gone. We got to move on, right? Oh my goodness. Okay. So I'm going to share something with you that I've been trying to do this last week and I have not done well with it. I'm talking about why is it so hard to do things that we know are good for us? Well, there's something that I want to add and I know it's good for me. And it's not something that I've been doing. And so I need to add it into my routine, right? I need to create a habit. And it's something that I want to do right before I walk. To be specific, I want to do some calf raises because with this lipedema thing, I need to get my lymphatic moving. And apparently the calf raises are basically like a pump. Excuse me. A pump to get it going. And I want to do that before I go walking. Take my walk. And I decided a week ago that I wanted to do this. And I have done it one time in the last week. One time. Because it's not a habit yet. But every time I go for a walk now, after I start going, I'm like, oh, I forgot to do that again. And so it's doing a pattern in my brain now. It's getting in there. And so I finally got it in. And so now I'm just going to keep doing it. Anyway, sometimes it seems hard, but it's not really hard. It's new and it feels hard, right? So that's life. That's life. It's going to take some time to get these things in order, in check, whatever, in your routine. And at some point you're going to have this great routine and it's going to support you so much in the long run, especially when life comes at you and life's a little bit more. So we just want to be consistent, right? We want to be consistent with the things that we have put together. And then we can add things as we feel capable of. One thing at a time, one easy thing at a time. We keep being consistent. We keep doing the walks. We keep doing the protein. Because if you need to just add one protein-focused meal to get started, then just focus on that one protein-focused meal every day. That's it. Until it's like you don't even have to think about it to get it down. Same with your glass of water. Same with a walk. Same with, whatever. We can't overhaul our life because it's too much. And like I talked about earlier, we'll get overwhelmed, decision fatigue, perfectionism, all or nothing. We'll get all of that coming in at us, whatever you tend to do. And we won't do it. We just won't do it. So my encouragement to you is make it easier. I don't care if it feels too easy. Make it easier. Make it to where your brain actually has the thought of, oh yeah, I can do that. I can do that. That's easy enough. Make it easier. Make it smaller. Make it repeatable. Chunk it down. Keep chunking it down until your brain feels like, oh yeah, I can do that. I can do that. No problem. So just a little encouragement today as I was dealing with my own habit stacking, learning a new habit, adding a new habit, whatever. And I just want to encourage you that that one little easy thing is enough for now. And that something is always better than nothing. So you got this. You got this. If you need anything or if anything resonated with you, please feel free to comment or contact me. And also if you want to do more perimenopausal chats, just chatting about anything and everything, because perimenopause, this stage of life, affects all of the things. And so we have a community over on School, and I would love to have you join and just chat about all the things. So until next time, remember that something is always better than nothing. Chat soon.